What's going on? It's after midnight. I got one set in on the Swiss bar bench. Listen, I don't want to be down here right now. I don't know if I ever trained in my life after midnight. I was supposed to do these accessories on Wednesday before I did the deadlifts, but I knew I didn't have it in me to do 4 sets of 10 on Swiss bar before that crazy deadlift session. I couldn't even finish the deadlift session. I couldn't even do the Romanian deadlifts. I'm going to get those in tomorrow after squatting. But here's the deal. I don't want to be down here right now. I got probably 3 hours, no exaggeration. I got less than 3 hours of sleep last night. I got like a half-hour nap today. But what am I doing? I'm just sitting here making excuses? No, because I'm still going to get it in. I'm just explaining to you the situation and letting you know. Look, there's 2 reasons why a person might not accomplish their goal. One, they don't got the right plan to get there. Or 2, they don't got the determination and they don't got the dedication to implement the plan, to stick to the plan, to follow it through. I don't want to be either guy. I want to be smart enough to implement the right plan, and I want to be dedicated enough to stick to it. So whether it's midnight or 9 a.m., let's get it in, man. It's not that hard. Like, what are we doing? We're lifting weights, something that we love to do anyway. What would I be doing if I wasn't doing this right now? Laying on the couch watching Law and Order reruns? Come on, man. Am I going to let me trying to be a little more comfortable get in the way of my goals that I got coming? Nah, let's go. Let's get it in. Enough talking. Let's get back to it. One set in. Let's keep going. Let's go. Bro, if you're tired, do you call your boss and say you can't go to work? I know you might feel like doing that, but you don't do it because you need to get that goal that you got in mind, which is your paycheck. Same thing. Same rules apply. Lightweight. Let's go. Second set. Full lockout. Hit those triceps. Let's go. Oh. Alright, so the reason I got the Swiss bar added into the training is for the whole purpose of adding accessories is to address your weak points. For me, the weak point in the bench press is the lockout, like the last 3 inches. That's where the triceps really come into play, and that's what the Swiss bar really addresses. Sets of 10, because we're trying to get in some volume to really pack on some muscle. Let's go, third set. Now, if you notice, this is something I talked about in a previous video. I'm trying to really accentuate the lockout. If I'm using the Swiss bar for the purpose of building up my triceps, it would make no sense to just do a touch and go at the top, just pumping it at the top. I really want to accentuate that where the triceps come into play. All right, one more set to go. All right, this is the 4th and last set. Now, the purpose of the wrist wraps, you want your wrist joint right in the middle of the wrist wrap. It's to stabilize your wrist. If you notice when you're unracking some heavy weight, you feel your wrist start to shake. When you're pressing, the force is being transferred from your chest to your elbow to your wrist. If there's anything that's unstable, that's power leaking out of that spot. So this helps us transfer more power to the bar. It's even more important. It's even more important with the Swiss bar, because the Swiss bar, especially if you're new to it, is very unstable when you're grabbing it, because the weight isn't as evenly distributed as with the straight bar. All right, last set, fourth set. Let's get to it. Get it done. Then comes the lying tricep extensions. Get some extra volume in on these triceps to build up that weak point in the bench press. The goal is still 425-pound bench press. Let's go. Can't take no days off, man. Can't. I mean, there's days off that are planned, but can't skip any days, man. Can't call out on any days. If you want that paycheck, you can't call out. Or else you call out, then what happens when you get your paycheck, right? It ain't looking the way you wanted it to. You call out in training, then you show up on the platform. You're not getting the result you wanted. Let's go. Now this is the number one lift I'm most likely to skip. Why is that? Because it's not a great lift? No, it is. It's just that this is a tertiary lift, like a third lift down the line. You got your primary lifts, your secondary lifts, and your tertiary lifts. But this is the hardest tertiary lift. So that's why it's like when you get all the way down the line to the third lift you're doing, and it's as difficult as the lying tricep extension, it's the one I'm most likely to skip. But in the demonstration video that Mark Ripito has on the lying tricep extension, he says some coach that he respected called this the fourth power lift. Now, you might be used to seeing people doing lying tricep extensions like this, like skull crushers. The problem is the only thing that's moving here is the elbow. Now, the tricep contracts to move the elbow, but the tricep also acts at the shoulder, and that's the long head tricep. So you see now, when you pull it all the way back, you're working the tricep from both ends, the shoulder and the elbow. Also gives you a good stretch for the shoulders. All right, I'm gonna do 3 sets of these. But I think you get the idea.